All right, here we go. All right, let's do this. You want to say your name, brother?
This is Adalberto McFarlane, up here in Sacramento, California. I'm the owner of Nappy Productions and its subsidiaries.
All right, cool.
They were doing an interview right now with my man Yamoya Glass of Brownglass Entertainment.
Yep. All right, man. So what's going on, man? Can you kind of tell us about Nappy Entertainment and what you guys do up there?
Basically, right now it's a one-man operation. I'm everything, doing it all myself or whatnot, one-man company. And basically what Nappy Productions is, it's a multi-business entertainment company, We're going to be dealing with TV show production, TV movies, animated entertainment, with a 2D animated realm, straight to DVD, straight to the internet, even down the road to like 3D, films like Wreck-It Ralph and Shrek and all that kind of look. Okay, we also have a publishing company, Nappy Publishing, and, we're dealing with, the comic book industry, graphic novels, children's fair, art books, whatever kind of thing we need to put out and whatnot. So if you want to check it out and whatnot, the website is still being built bit by bit. Just go to, the 3Ws, period, 9nappy.com. Now, make sure, folks, if you're listening, it's the word 9, not the number, the word 9. NINENAPPY.com. All one word, 9nappy.com. So check it out. Send us some feedback. Let us know what you're thinking.
All right, that's 9, Nine, spelled out, nappy.com.
Yep.
Cool. All right, man. So you want to tell us kind of like your main thing with Nappy? I know you got a couple things going on, but like what's your main thing?
Something going on. Always generating new ideas. I'm working on something else and whatnot. So gotta write them some future projects down and whatnot. But right now, I was working on Nappy Publishing's first action adventure comic book series. The character I created way back in 1992. It's entitled Michael R. Sloan, Walking Through the Belly of the Beast. It's an African-American character. The entire character roster is pretty much African-Americans and whatnot. Okay, so it's an action-adventure, like I said, it's an action-adventure comic with some government conspiracy threads thrown in there. Things like, end of the world, whatever, secret government schemes and things like that. So it's going to be a 9-issue series. I do everything on the series. I write the story, I break it down with thumbnails, I draw the issues, I ink it, all that.
So what?
The covers, everything.
So what? Can you explain some of the other characters currently that are involved with the Sloan comic book?
Okay, the main character is Michael Sloan. He's a former soldier. Okay, during the which war was it? Back in '91. There's a Storm 1. He's also a former covert operative. He's part of a secret covert team that will go out, be assigned to, foreign areas of the world to, take out, unwanted rulers or whatever. Okay? And he was also a former homicide detective who, one night he lost his wife and unborn child during a botched store robbery in his neighborhood. And he's never basically recovered since and whatnot. So, next cat you got is, in this series, there's a lot of characters in this series. So, the next one is Derek Cassidy. He's the main villain of the piece with his backup sidekick, Mr. Steinbaker. That's like his number 2 man. and his main enforcer, Razor, and whatnot. You know, Cassidy runs a very covert agency within the NSA and so forth. You know, his organization does things and does jobs and whatnot that the NSA or the CIA, unfortunately, for some reason, would not be able to do. So they call on him, you know. Another two characters is Max Snell and Teresa Franklin. These are my two DC-based homicide detectives and whatnot. So they're on the case, you know. Then I got my two private detectives, Xavier Roberts and Charlie Downing. You know, and then, you know, some other people are sprinkled throughout the series as you meet them as the series goes on and so forth. Some from his past, some, you know, is currently going on with the other characters. It's a real ensemble piece and whatnot. Very long story, unfortunately, but it's got to be told.
All right, well,
I think.
Well, speaking of that, how do you go about your I guess creative process from a thought to a page to then I guess the initial finished product?
Well, basically with Sloan, like I said, I created a character back in '92 when I was still in the military. Okay, I'm a military veteran. You know, just give me a nice good salute. And you know, originally I thought about making it into a live action movie, you know. But unfortunately, where I was stationed at, there was no connections of any kind to get into film. I was all the way in the South, and at that time there was no real connections. Tyler Perry wasn't around yet. None of that stuff. Atlanta didn't blow up. None of that stuff. So there was no way to actually get into that industry from the South, from North Carolina. So then, you know, I retooled the idea from a live action, trying to make it into a newspaper strip, you know, like the old Dick Tracy, Secret Agent S9, those kind of things. But my local base paper, my base paper on the base, they liked the artwork, but they didn't want to, you know, take it on or whatnot. So I just turned it around into a comic book story. And it took me quite a while to really think about, you know, the story from beginning to end. And basically, I just sat down, started plotting out what goes on in each issue. You know, a couple of the issues are going to be super long, you know, but this is just one story of many that I have, not just for the main character, Michael Sloan, but for the other ancillary characters as well. You know, have them move on and see what's going on with their lives after this initial 9-issue series.
Okay, so how long do you think it I mean, just from, you know, your first two issues, or if I'm correct, because you have the Zero and the first issue out, right?
Yeah, those two are done.
So how long did it?
It took me about.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. I finished the Zero issue in 2008, and the first issue 1 was completed about 3 years later. You know, 2011. So it took me a while.
Wow. Okay.
To knock that out between the Zero issue and the first issue. Well, because, you know, the story is thick, and, you know, when you're doing everything yourself, it takes quite some time to go from, you know, that plot for that issue to the thumbnails, and, well, in my case, it was the plot, the full written story, so I know what's happening, and try to cover all my plot points as I'm writing the story. Break down that full story into thumbnails of what the comic book is going to look like, and then, you know, sit down and work for them thumbnails, the actual pages. I may change a setting here and there or something, get a new idea, and I'm working on it, but yeah, it takes a while. So yeah, so right now, to update folks, if they haven't already been to the site and checked it out, I already posted the full comics of issues 0 and 1 on the website, so people can check them out and whatnot. but issue 2 will be coming